Okay, let's look at arc of a semicircle. So the arc is just the curved edge from a semicircle without this diameter. So this curved edge, okay, is the one we call arc of a semicircle. So the diameter is no longer there. This line is no longer there, which is this one. So the formula for calculating the perimeter of arc of a semicircle will now be pi r or pi d all over 2. So if you watch very well, this formula is almost like this very formula. The difference is that there is no this addition of d, but we have pi d all over 2, which is pi d all over 2, but we don't have this addition of d again because there is no diameter. So in this place there is no plus d. So the formula for calculating the perimeter of arc of a semicircle is what? Correct, pi r or d or pi d all over what? 2. So we have example here. Calculate the perimeter of the figure below. So we want to calculate the perimeter of this very figure. Now what do? We are going to, for us to find the perimeter, we will add the sides together. We add what? The sides together. So let me write here, perimeter is equal to what? I will start from here. So I will say from here to here is 3. So I will say 3 plus, then from here to this place, 5, then plus from here to here is 18, plus from here to here. Now I don't have a value here. But the length from here to here is the same as the length from here to here. So here is also what? 5 cm. So I will now say plus 5, not 15, plus 5, then plus from here to here is 8, then plus from here now to here. So this place is a curved line, and this curved line is arc of a semicircle. This curved line is arc of a semicircle. So I will just say plus arc. Now I will need to find the value of this arc. And arc of a semicircle is equal to what? Pi d all over 2. Now I know the value of pi. Pi is 22 all over 7. But from what we have here, there is no value. From what we have here, there is no value for d. We don't have value for d. So we are going to look for a way to calculate the value of d. Now if I want to calculate the value of d, what I will do is to close here. So I will close here like this, so that this line is now going to be the diameter of this very semicircle. So I will call here d. Now if you watch very well, this diagram now look like a rectangle. This diagram is now a rectangle. Look at it here. And in a rectangle, the opposite sides are always equal. So the length from here to here is the same as length from here to here. That means that 8 plus d plus 3 is equal to 18, because in a rectangle, the opposite sides are always equal. So from here to here, any value the length from here to here should be the same as the length from here to here. But what we have here, from here to here alone is 8. Then from here to here is 3. But we don't know what is here, this space. So we call it D. So if you add all of them, it should give you 18. That is what we have here. So that 8 plus 3 is 11. So we now have 11 plus, we have D plus 11, which is equal to 18. Then only D is equal to 18 minus 11, which will give you what? 18 minus 11 is what? 7. So the diameter is what? 7 cm. Now we are going to put in 7 to this formula. Anywhere we see D, we will replace it with 7 cm, because we want to now find the arc. This arc, we want to find this very arc. So we now say arc is equal to 22. 22 all over 7 times our diameter is now 7. So I will say 7 all over this 2. So if I cancel out 7 here is 1, 7 here is 1, 2 here is 1, 2 here is 11. So that the arc will be 11. So I have gotten the value of my arc, which is 11 cm. So I will now take this 11 to anywhere I see arc in this formula, or in this place I want to calculate the perimeter. So we can now say our perimeter now is now equal to what? 3 plus 5 plus 18 plus 5 plus 8 plus, this time around, instead of writing arc, I will write 11 cm, because I have gotten the value of my arc. So I will now say 11. So let me calculate everything. So the perimeter is what? 50 cm. Okay, so that is how you can calculate the perimeter of a semicircle and that of arc of a semicircle. We are done with perimeter. We have seen that perimeter is the total length of outside of a plane shape. Let's look at area of a shape. Area is the extent to which a surface is covered. The extent to which a surface is covered is what we call area. Okay, now look at this. If I place this paper on top of this very one, you will see that this paper is unable to cover the whole of this other paper. It means that this particular paper has larger area than this. But if I use this one, look at this. This one covers this paper exactly. It covers this paper exactly. It therefore means that this particular paper has the same area as this paper. So this particular one has the same area as this paper. Why? Because this one was able to cover it exactly. So area talks about the extent to which a surface is covered. The extent to which a surface is covered is what we call what? Area. What is area? Area is the extent to which a surface is covered. Area is what? The extent to which a surface is covered. Now, can you remind me what perimeter is before we continue? Before we continue, can you remind me what perimeter is? Correct, you are doing well. Perimeter is the total distance around the outside of a shape. Correct. Okay, let's look at this. This is a square. Now, how do we calculate the area of a square? The formula for calculating the area of a square is length times length. Since all the sides of a square are the same, here is L, this is also L, this is also L. Now, formula for calculating the area of a square is length times length, which will give you length square, and area is measured in either cm square or meter square. We have an example here. Find the perimeter and area of the figure below. So we are to find the perimeter and the area of this very figure. First of all, what is the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square? This is a square, and a square has all its sides equal. So here and here and here, they are all equal. That means that here will equally be 7 cm, and here will be 7 cm, and here will be 7 cm. Why? Because this shape is a square. Now remind me the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square. Correct. 4L. 4L is the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square, where L stands for the length of that very square. It means that the perimeter is going to be 4 times 7, because what we have here is 7, and 4 times 7 is what? Correct. 28 cm. That is for the perimeter. The next is to calculate the area. Can you remind me the formula for calculating the area of a square? You have done well. That is L square, where L is the what? The length. So that we now have L. Length square means what? Length times length, which is equal to 7 times 7, which is equal to 49. And since we have cm here, it's going to be 49 cm square. We have another example here. The perimeter of a square is 36 cm. Find the side and the area of the square. So we are to find the area and also the side of the square. First of all, since we are given perimeter, we are going to write the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square. I would like you to remind me the formula. Can you help me remind me the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square? Correct. That is the correct formula. The formula for calculating the perimeter of a square is 4L. Now, we are going to write that the perimeter, according to what we have, is what? Perimeter is 36 cm. So from the formula we have here, perimeter is equal to 4L. Anywhere we see perimeter, we will write 36 because we were given perimeter to be 36. So we now write 36 is equal to, this 36 is for this perimeter, is equal to 4 times L. Because we are looking for the value of L, and if you watch very well, 4 is beside L. That is, 4 is disturbing L, and we don't want 4 to be disturbing L anymore. We just want L alone to be here. Because of that, we will now divide this side by 4 so that we can cancel out this 4 by this 4. Now, because we are dividing this side by 4, we will equally divide this side by 4. According to the rules of mathematics, anything we do to this other side of the equation, we will equally do it to the other side of the equation. So we can now cancel here 4 divided by 4 is 1, 1, 1. Now 36 divided by 4 will give you 9. So that means that 9 is equal to L, because here I have removed this 4. This 4 is no longer here. I now have only L. So that means that 9 is equal to L. Therefore, L is equal to 9 cm. So the length of the square we have here is 9 cm. But we were also told to find the area of the square. Now remind me the formula for calculating the area of a square. Correct, that is correct. The area of a square is L square, which is equal to L times L. Now L is the side. Since we have gotten the value of L to be 9, we can now say the area is 9 times 9, which is equal to 81 cm square. Okay, we have another example. We have another plane shape here, rectangle. And rectangle, the area of a rectangle is length times breadth. The area of a rectangle is what? Length times breadth. Say it again. Length times breadth. One more time. Length times breadth, which is LB. That is the area of a rectangle. The area of a rectangle is length times breadth. Now we have example here. Calculate the area and perimeter of the figure below. And this figure, if you watch very well, is a rectangle. And in a rectangle, the opposite sides are equal. So since the length here is 9 cm, here would be 9 cm also. And since the breadth is 5 cm, here will equally be 5 cm. Now for us to calculate the perimeter of a rectangle, we need to write the formula, and the formula is 2L plus 2B. Now the L is the length and the B is the breadth. So since we have the length as 9 and the breadth as 5, we now write 2 times 9 plus 2 times 5. 2 times 9 is 18, and 2 times 5 is 10. 18 plus 10 is 28 cm. So this is the perimeter of this rectangle. Now let's go to the area. Now area of a rectangle is what? Can you remind me? Correct. So the area is length times breadth, which is equal to, the length is 9, the breadth is 5, which is equal to 9 times 5 is what? 45 cm square. We have exercise here. Fill the blank space. So we are going to fill these spaces. The first one here, we have, this side is for square. And we have a side, we have the sides here. We have to fill here for the perimeter. We have to fill here for the area. Since the side here is 8, what would the perimeter be? So the perimeter would be 4L, which is equal to 4 times 8. And 4 times 8 is 32 cm. So here is 32 cm. Now what will the area be? The area of a square whose size is 8. Now since the side is 8, the area is going to be L square, which is equal to L times L, which will now give you 8 times 8, which is equal to 64. So the area is 64 cm square. Okay, and this number 2, we have a square whose area is 36 cm square. So what will the perimeter and the side be? Now let's look at how to find the side first. We'll first of all find the side, then the side will now help us to calculate the perimeter. So what do? We will now write the formula for area of a square. We want to do this one. Area of a square is L square. Now we are given area to be 36. So anywhere I see area, I will write or replace it with 36. So 36 is equal to L square. So this thing means that L square is equal to 36. So this L square means what number multiplied by itself will give me 36. If you watch very well, 6 times 6 will give me 36. Just like we have L times L is equal to 36, which is the formula for area. That means L is equal to 6. 1L is 6 and 1L is 6. Therefore, L is equal to 6. Another way we can solve for L is, since we have that L square is equal to 36, what we'll now do is we'll find the square root of both sides. Okay, that is, find the square root of L squared and also find the square root of 36. So the square root of L squared will give me only L, and the square root of 36 will give me 6. So the value of L is 6 cm. So here is 6 cm. Now how do we find the perimeter? Remember that the perimeter of a square is 4L, which will give us 4 times 6. Since the side is 6, we can now say 4 times 6 is 24 cm. So the perimeter is 24 cm. Over here we have a square whose perimeter is 28 cm, and we are to find the area and the side. So that means that we are to find the formula for calculating the perimeter of a square, since perimeter is given to us. So that means that we're going to do P is equal to 4L. Now we have the perimeter to be 28 is equal to 4L. For us to find the value of L, we need to remove this 4 that is disturbing L. How do we remove the 4? We will remove it by dividing it by 4. And since we are dividing this side by 4, we will equally divide this side by 4. So 4 cancel 4 is 1. So 4 will go. Now 28 divided by 4 is 7, which is equal to L. Therefore, L is 7 cm. So the side of that square is 7 cm, and the area of a square is L times L. Now our L is 7, so it is 7 times 7, which will give us 49 cm square. So here is 49 cm square. Okay, so this is for you, you are going to fill here, fill all these spaces, fill all these spaces.